Happy holidays. So ExtremeRate has sent me some of their mod kits for the PS5 controller. Let's check out what we have. PS5 front shell, a nice silver PS5 plate. They also sent me their LED face buttons kit, clicky hair triggers. We have not one, but two Rise remap kits for the back paddle. I have one in black, I have one in baby blue, and they both have the grips on the back. We also have PS5 controller and another PS5 controller. Disclaimer, this video is not being sponsored at all, so anything that I say in this video is going to be my own valued opinion, but ExtremeRate did send me the PS5 mod kits for the PS5 controller. So anything that you do see in this video that you like, feel free to use my affiliated link down in the description box down below, and make sure you use code CraytonTv to save yourself 10% at checkout. So yes, just before we get started, I did want to let you guys know there is a version 3 of the PS5 controller. And this one right here is a version 3 of the PS5 controller. And you're probably thinking like version 3. Yes, there's a version 3, there's a version 1, and a version 2. This one is a version 3. I was planning to give you guys this one, but unfortunately I can't after I opened it up because it's a version 3. And with ExtremeRate's mod kits, they don't work on the version 3 of the PS5 controller, only on version 1 and version 2. There is a way to tell which version that you have, and it's not by looking at the box. So we'll be giving you this one. We will do the full custom build on this PS5 controller and seeing who will win this PS5 controller when it's all finished done. But keep in mind, earlier in the 2023 year, ExtremeRate will come out with a mod kits for the version 3 PS5 controllers. So now you're probably wondering, how can you tell which controller do you have? Really simple. Once you get your controller and you take it out the box, pull down the R2 or an L2, and I don't know if you can see in there, but in there you should be able to see on the inner side of the R2, if you see a spring right here, you have the version 3. So this one right here doesn't have it. If I show you on this side, there is no spring that's right here. So this one is a version 2, which is the 020. And then now for 030, you pull it down, and I don't know if you can see that, but if you see right there, the inner side, bam, right there, there's a spring right there. There you go, right there. It's a different model kit, which means that Sony upgraded the controller because a lot of people were having problems with the adaptive triggers. So as you can see right there on the inner, yes, this one is a version 3. Yes, so I showed in my demonstration right there, there is 3 versions of the PS5 controller, and I'll put them all right here. Version 1 will consist of BDM-010, then version 2 is BDM-020, and now we have version 3, which is BDM-030. I'm gonna show you how you take the controller apart. So when you purchase an ExtremeRate, you do get these tools in the packaging, anything that you order. So first things first, you want to take your prying tool and you want to pull down the L2 trigger and stick it up under the L1 and pull up the trigger. Pop it out and then do the same thing for the right side. Next, you want to take off the black faceplate holding this on. So you take your prying tool, or the way I found it best is to start here in the front to get it to release. Once that's off, come back to that later. Now, there's going to be 4 screws you want to remove. But right now, there's going to be 2 at the top, 1 and 2. So go ahead and remove those screws. And then there's going to be 2 more on the bottom of the controller, 1 here and 1 here. After that, you want to go back to your prying tool. In the front, right here, 2 little latches. You want to separate those. So just take it. All you got to do is just lift them up. And then separate the controller. You want to be able to just pull back gently, slowly, and pull up towards the trigger. Set that off to the side. This is what you get when you open the controller. Now you want to remove the battery. Make sure you keep everything nice and neat and organized so you know where it's at. So take out the battery. Be gentle when you pull out the connectors because you can break that. From there, you want to get your screwdriver. You want to remove the battery covering. But first, there's a little thing right here. You got to remove that. Then you want to remove this screw. Now you have the back of the controller. Next, you want to remove the connector here, 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 in here. And I'll show you that this is a version 2 BDM-020. Now, to separate the motherboard, there's gonna be a connector. You can see there's one right here and one just behind the battery connector. Push those back. If you want to see what model number this is, it says BDM-020. So that's what I mean. We're talking about. This is the version 2. So now we need to get to the front of the controller. And the way you do that, there's gonna be a screw right here and right here. Remove those. Set that aside right now, because now we're going to want to, we got to get to taking off and switching out the faceplate. Move the touchpad. Make sure you pop out the little start and menu button, and then once you get the touchpad out, set this off to the side, because you probably won't need it no more. This part right here, you want to lift. As you can see, you got the touchpad. You want to lift. Remove that part out, put that off to the side. So now you got your touchpad. You want to remove this screw here. Lift gently. Black piece off to the side. Now you want to remove the pin from the touchpad. Set that off to the side. Now you got to get remove the motherboard from the touchpad. Should have like a heat gun or a blow dryer. I know everybody got a blow dryer, so, and heat it up just a little bit just so you can remove it. From there, take your prying tool on the side right here. So after you get that separated when doing the heat gun or the blow dryer, this is the motherboard for the touchpad. You want to take your new one, place it back down on the new touchpad. Place it back down. Should look like that. You want to take your old right here and take out this clear piece. Pops out with the prying tool, and get your new one. Place this into there. Goes like this. So after you add the new touchpad, you want to plug back in your cable right here. Look like that. From your old one of these brackets, it's going to be a little clear piece in here. You want to pop that piece out and go to your new one and then place it in there like that. Keep in mind there is some holes at the bottom so you can line it up and it just falls right back in. Then you want to take this and you want to get this piece here. Pop that back into it like this. Take your cable, feed it through. Should be like that. And then you're going to have 2 screws, one here and one here, like that. It's all said and done. So what you want to do now, after you have this all complete, you want to remove the parts from here. Is this one?
Look at this dude. Wait till you see the. No.
Okay. Just be gentle with your other controller. Want to take it, once you remove it from the old controller, take it out, place it into the new one. You remove your thumbstick rings. Go into the new one. Here's the old shell. Now we gotta put everything back. Here's the LED light kit right here. The buttons that we will be installing. PlayStation button. We got the new button. Got the D-pad installed. So after you get that, you want to make sure you turn your controller over. You got your button in, home button and everything else. And this cable here, you want to feed it through this way. Make sure it's lined up correctly. So you feed it through the front side. And then from there, you're going to start adding your buttons. And take this.
So ExtremeRate doesn't just have mod kits for the PS5 controller. They got it for Xbox, Nintendo Switch, even for your consoles. So anything that you see in this video or you see through their website, go ahead and use my affiliate link down below. Make sure you use code CraytonTv to save yourself 10% at checkout. Happy holidays.
This is what you should look like when you get all your stuff transferred over to the buttons. Everything else should be right here. So we're going. And you want to install the touchpad back in like that. And then you want to install your buttons. And then you can set that aside. And you want to come to, and now we're going to install thumbsticks. You just pop off. Just like that. But next, we're going to do triggers before we put everything back. So now we're going to do the triggers. So, on the 1 and 2. Put that down. Here's your trigger. You can remove this flex cable. Need it no more. Gonna be 4 screws you gotta remove. 1, 2, 3, and 4 right here. You wanna remove this cable right here. And remove the last screw. There, you want to remove the back plate. Remove this. Remove trigger pin. Trigger comes out. You want to remove what's inside so you can take the trigger out. Now we're going to install the new triggers. So we're going to install the clicky triggers. See, anytime you order one of these packages, you get these in there. So you don't really need that. You just need this. And here are the triggers themselves. So here's the trigger. Keep your finger right here because the little wheel will fall out. You want to slide this in flat to get it in there. Use your little prying tool. You can level it out. This is what it looks like once you get it in. After you have that in there, you want to get to this little bracket. You got this bracket right here. So what you're going to do is you're going to want to cut off this bracket, this, and this. And then this bracket here, you're going to want to, so I took the little bracket that I broke off and you want to, it goes like this and you stick it down right in the back of that. So this is what's going to be used to click on the clicky triggers. Push the pin back in and you can test it if you hear a clicky sound. And you want to put your bracket back on. You got to line the cogwheel up with the bottom of the teeth. It should be looking like that when it's lined up. You gotta put your bracket back on and then insert the 4 screws back in. Put the screw back in on this side. And you want to take it cable. Should look like that when you're all done. It's one clicky trigger installed there. And then now you just connect this back to the controller. So on a BDM-020, hold the bracket this way. As you can see, hold the bracket this way. This is for a BDM-020. You're gonna remove one here, this, and this. All you need to remove. Now you do the same for the other side. You can remove this cable. Won't be needing that. And yeah, we do the same thing as the other one. Remove this part of the cable. Then you want to remove this last screw. Take out the bracket. This bracket. Remove. Take the pin out. Pop off that. And then you want to take this out. Here. That aside. Remove this trigger. Take the new clicky trigger. Put this in there flush. Use your prying tool. And take this piece. Right there. Take your trigger. Hold your trigger up this way. And you're gonna take this piece. Gonna go like that. So be like that. And then slide it in right here. Should look like that once you get it in. Take the trigger. You want to make sure you place it inside the hole. Press down. You're going to line up the holes and put the pin back inside. You have it right when you hear the click. And then you want to put the bracket back on and insert the screws. And then now you just reconnect this one back. Here is the LED light kit. Here's your cable and everything right here. Be gentle with this. If you break it, it doesn't work no more. So be careful with that. So what you want to do is a little section right here. That's where this FC cable is going to feed right through. And once you get it through here on the back side, you see there's some pins that's going to be right here. You want to push this on there, but be gentle with it. Do not, this part right here, you do not really want to rush. How it should look. So be careful with that part. If you break it, it does not work. Then you can control it back to the front. You have to remove your thumbsticks to push. After you get it done looking like this, on the side here, it's going to be this with some tape. Peel the tape off, and you want to stick it right in here. On the back of these thumbsticks, there is some adhesive and you can pull off, which makes this stay. You know, you just press it around, and you can take this and fold it down. That way it's out of your way. Trigger back on. Now you can take your front shell, install it back in. Make sure you're lining this touchpad cable and feed this through. Oh, yes. Okay, now that we got the controller plugged back in, you want to go find your triggers for your back paddles. Pull out everything. You will not need this one here because this is if you want to remap the L3 and R3, which I didn't do in this video. And then here's the other connector. Now we're going to want to have connected the controller back together. This little connector is going to feed into the on top of the other connector this way. That way it can fold back like this. Right there. Be gentle with this or it will not work. There we go. Start plugging in your cable. So the flux cable, you want to start plugging in your flux cable. So like that. This cable here at the top. What you want to do is get your little paperwork, and it's going to tell you which one to cut off. And this is a BDM-020. So here's your model versions. So yeah, see, I was saying earlier, the model, which we're going to look at is the BDM-020, the one at the bottom. And you're going to have this cable, which goes right here. So it's telling you which one you need to remove. And we're going to cut the BDM-10 off on both. So that dotted line is going to go right there. I'll cut that one off. That one and that one. That's what that looks like. Make sure you cut the right one. And then on the bottom one, you're going to have one that looks like this, and we're going to cut off the BDM-10. After you confirm that you cut the right ones off, big one here, you're going to want to plug that in right here. Should look like that. That way you can fold this over like that. The next one is going to get plugged in right here. It will look like that once they're all connected. But what you want to do is take this, fold it over like that, and then this one's going to be folded in like that. And then this end will be plugged in right here, just like that. And this one down, it should look like that. From here, you want to grab your battery plate and make sure that your cables are out the way. And you want to line back into this position. Should be like that. And then you can plug this into its section like that. Get your required screw, screw it back down. It should look like that. And then you want to next plug in your screws. That will be here and here. You want to connect this LED to the motherboard. They're both different. So you got one here, both different. So connect this to the motherboard. It goes right here. It should look like that. Take the battery and connect that to, and you can take these cables, battery in place. Right? We got action now. Yeah, so after you got the battery connected, you can fold this part here, and there's a little flap that you could be able to tuck these cables up under here, just so it's out the way. And you can take this, the adhesive from there, fold that down onto the battery, just like that. These cables, they stay out the way. You want to connect the cables right here. This is your L1 and L2. So open the little flaps, slide this connector in, and lock it back down. Take this, and that's what the connector should look like. Get your back paddles ready. Get your controller ready. Got your back paddles. I'm gonna get you set this up. So this is your triggers. This is gonna set in there like this. So you see this little hole is where you want to stick this pin through, like that, and it should fit just like that. Same for the other side. Should look like that. You're gonna place it right here. Turn it over. 4 screws you're gonna be putting in. 1, 2, 3, 4 to hold this down. That's what it will look like. There's your back paddles on the back. Now this is your motherboard. It's gonna go in there like this. There is a connector right here. So what you gotta do, you wanna feed this there, that. Open the little connectors. Should look like that. This is all locked in. And then you're gonna place it down, tighten this like that. 2 screws, that's gotta go 1 and 2. It's the tiniest screws in the bag. For your triggers, they go on the right side, they pop in, go in the back way like this, and they sit just like that. Make sure you hold your finger over it or it will fall. You want to put your program button inside. And last but not nearly least is your light. Throw that in. I like to hold the sides and align it like this and come from the bottom up. Then it should look like that. You got your program button. Put the controller in, line it up. Insert your 4 screws back on in. And now you got your L1 and R1. And those little black pieces that we broke off earlier. The little hole right here. You want to stick this in the middle, just like that. Or in the middle, maybe something like that. And then you can pop these back in. So this is your R1, L1. Back in your faceplate. There's the controller, all put together. LED lights, clicky triggers, back paddles. Now, let me show you how to program it. So, to turn off the LED lights, you're gonna wanna push up and right and square for 5 seconds. They're off like that. And to turn them back on, same buttons, up and right and square for 5 seconds. Pops back on. Now, if you want to get into the settings mode, you want to press up and square for 5 seconds. And now you can press right to cycle through the colors. There's that, got the blue. There's the colors. We'll do something like that. And to get out of it, just press the same button, up and square, 5 seconds. And now it's that. And then to turn it off, up, right, and square for 5 seconds. And to program the back button, when the controller's turned on, plug to the console. After you have it paired, you want to press this button till you see the light on here flash. And then once it turns on, you'll be able to see it at 5 seconds. And then you'll be able to program your buttons to whatever buttons you want in the front. And that way you'll be able to use the controller and have your clicky buttons. Yes, so that was the full install of adding LED lights to the face buttons. We got the clicky hair triggers. We got the back paddles, and we swapped it out. Remember when we started this video, controller was Nova Pink or Cosmic Red. It was one of them colors, but I think it was the pink one. I did put back the black faceplate just to keep the nice settled thing because I felt that the silver probably would have just threw it off. So there you go. Now this has 4 paddles. I showed how to program the controller. As you can see, how you can program the LED lights. And so now here we go with what is going to happen with this controller. Well, I'm going to go live this week and give it away for the New Year's. So this controller here will be given away to one of you guys. We're going to see who's going to be that lucky winner to get this controller. Don't worry, it's going to be 3 winners. The first place winner will get the controller. Second place will get an LED speaker, wireless speaker, Bluetooth speaker. And third place will also get an LED wireless speaker. It's over there. Right now, it's like somewhere over there, but yeah, you will get that. It is brand new in the box, so you don't have to worry. So there will be 3 winners. Yeah, so but the first place winner, they will get a free controller. So that being said, that is the full install of using ExtremeRate's mod kits on the PS5 controller. So anything that you did see in this video that you would like to purchase, feel free to use my affiliated link down in the description box down below. And make sure you use code CraytonTv at checkout to save yourself 10%. And there might be some Amazon affiliated links down there just in case you don't find it on there. And so whatever you purchase through my links does help me and support the channel. But stay tuned when I go live and give away this controller. And I will be giving it away this weekend. Did enjoy this video? Like this video, subscribe if you're new. Doing the ExtremeRate full conversion kit, it's easy, it's just time consuming. So if you have patience to do it, you can do it. If not, then you got to pay the price just to have somebody else do it for you. But that being said, hope you enjoyed this video. Happy holidays. New videos is on the way. God bless everybody. And this is your boy Brandon coming to you from CraytonTv, and I'm signing out here. Peace.